Dele Farotimi's situation news. I don't know if you have heard that Afe Babalola'S has withdrawn the case from the court. And yeah, why have you heard about that first?
Definitely.
Okay, all right. So my problem, I was trying to actually get the video. I wanted us to watch the video where he was in the presence of the day, I think, when he actually caved into the pressure to withdraw the case. I think in the presence of the Oni of Ife, the young monarch. And what what caught my attention is the caliber of people that he actually declined their plea, but accepted but caved in to the plea of the Oni of Ife. Now, on that video, excuse me, he spoke actually. Um, he said, according to him, Obasanjo wrote him a letter concerning this issue. Matthew Kuka wrote him a letter concerning this issue. He didn't agree with them. He declined their plea, their appeal to withdraw the case. But he decided to accept that of the Oni of Ife. And honestly, yes, Oni of Ife, royalty. I value royalty. I'm a traditionalist. I am a Christian, but at the same time, that kind of a person who respects our traditional our culture and tradition, and I respect our traditional rulers as well. However, I don't understand why Afe Babalola will will respect the Oni of Ife, who is far, yes, he's a king, but who is far, far, far older, probably old enough to be Obasanjo's son. Sorry, young enough to be Obasanjo's son. That of Kuka, that's understandable. But Obasanjo, for God's sake, barrister, what do you make of this? Because I felt, I don't know, obviously Obasanjo will feel bad. Sort of. What do you make? What do you make of this? That Obasanjo, he did not. I feel Babalola rebuffed Obasanjo's plea um, as against that of Oni of Ife.
Well, you have to understand that when we discussed this Farotimi's issue on your platform, I told you that at the level that Afe Babalola'S has reached, when people were saying go for civil defamation, and civil defamation, principally you claim monetary damages. And I told you then that Afe Babalola does not need that money, that damages from Farotimi. It will not do him anything. He's super rich. He's a multiple billionaire over and over. He felt that this boy has damaged him, and the only way he felt he could felt relieved is if he actually punished him by way of detention. And I remember I pointed out that I know at a point in time, after Farotimi must have been detained and suffered some punishment, he will relent and succumb to pressure from people to withdraw the case. I remember I mentioned this in our show when we discussed that issue. At the time that Obasanjo and Kuka came to plead with him, he has not yet been satiated. I mean, the issue was still live. The punishment that he wanted to met on Farotimi was still ongoing. Now the punishment has finished. The detention has finished. He's on bail. What else? What else does he want? The rest of the case now, if he goes on and tries, he's not even likely to be sent to prison. If he's convicted on the criminal defamation, most likely it will be an option of fine. So I think he feels that, well, he has punished the boy. There's nothing more for him. So when I cannot go forward, I even say that the visit of the Oni of Ife was orchestrated. It probably would. I think he had reached the stage in which he wanted to use the excuse of the traditional rulers to withdraw the case. Now, don't forget that it was not just the Ooni that came. He came in company of the foremost traditional ruler of Afe Babalola himself, the Ewi of Ado-Ekiti, who is the paramount ruler of Afe Babalola himself. He also came with other first-class chiefs of Ekiti State and other Yoruba traditional rulers. So I believe the signal was given that, yes, I'm ready now to leave this matter, but I need some encouragement from powerful people. At the time Obasanjo and Co came, he was not yet ready. He didn't feel that the punishment had reached enough. I believe it was all about, let me punish this boy
All
by
right.
putting him in prison, in cell. After that, I will leave the matter.
All right. Thank you for that. I think that makes sense to me. But now, what happens to his other? Because Afe Babalola is one of many other lawyers who are suing Farotimi in court. Those ones have not withdrawn their cases. These are even though those were Afe Babalola's boys. Sort of, but they have become independent. I think some of them, or I think if not all, have become independent. They have their own respective.
No, they are still in his chambers.
Or they are still in his chambers.
They are still in his chambers.
Oh,
And
okay.
the withdrawal is only in respect of the criminal case. The civil case is still there.
Oh, okay. The civil
And the
case still
civil
there.
case is not just being maintained by Afe Babalola. There are lawyers in his chambers that were also affected by the book that Dele Farotimi wrote. And there was also an order of the court to confiscate all the books that were published and to stop further sales of those books. So I think by and large he would have said, okay, there's no point in continuing with this thing, particularly the criminal aspect of it. So let me withdraw it.